Hi, and a very warm welcome to today's edition of Wellbeing Wisdom. I'm really glad you could join me. I hope you're feeling exceptionally well. Over here, it's a very fresh day. It's just a gentle -7. Spring is on the way, so is more snow this evening. But let's get down to something a little bit more important in terms of your well-being, about your personal development. And obviously, watching this particular channel, you pride yourself on being a very rational, logical, probably highly intelligent person. I appreciate that. And from the kind of emails I get, I am absolutely convinced that that's the case. The fact is, we take great pride in our ability to be rational and logical, to use our reasoning powers. It's probably one of the reasons that we've been able to survive and flourish as a species. But are you ever aware how much we are all driven by our emotions? It's strange, but in our culture, we tend to associate our emotions with almost a kind of weakness. And yet the reality is that almost every decision we make has an emotional driver. It's not always obvious because we are adept at finding logical reasons, logical justifications for the emotional decisions that we make. That's kind of strange, isn't it? But if you think about advertising, it almost always appeals to your feelings. It appeals to your emotions. It needs an emotional reaction in order to get you to make a decision to accept or reject the content of the advert. This kind of phenomenon is everywhere. It's in social media, it's in the way movies and stories are written, told and produced and presented. But I think it's helpful for us to remember that the way we feel is not always obvious, but it's driving a lot of our behavior. It tends to make us impulsive. It tends to make us jump to conclusions. We meet somebody, we get an unexpected emotional reaction. We rarely question where that reaction has come from. We prefer to just accept it as being a valid interpretation of the data. Most of the time, though, we're taking a shortcut, excluding the rational part of our brains. We're not analyzing and thinking, why do I feel this way? And this is particularly important if you're getting angry, if you're feeling afraid, if you're upset by something. Rather than just accepting that this is the way I am, it can, on some occasions, be very productive for us to pause and just say, why am I feeling this way? Do these feelings really help me? Am I so accustomed to feeling angry or upset or afraid that this has become my default emotional position? And that affects a lot of people who are under stress. And it can lead to bouts of depression, a feeling that we're no longer in control of our lives. But the moment that you start to explore not just how you feel, but perhaps examine why you feel a particular way, you realize that you do have the possibility of changing the emotional landscape, of making subtle adjustments. You can even short-circuit the process by laughing, even if it doesn't feel genuine, even if it's not sincere. It can interrupt the flow of fear and anxiety and help us to get things into a clearer perspective. Does it change the situation? No. But it helps you to cope with it more effectively because it stimulates your creativity. You can see things from a more rational perspective. And that can help us to deal with the challenges more effectively. It also helps us to move from being in an almost permanent judgmental mode where we're applying labels and descriptions to everything and everybody we encounter. And it's a product of mindfulness, our favorite subject, where you simply take a moment to inquire, why am I feeling this way? It's not whether I'm right or wrong, but is this the only way that I can react to any given situation? Are there better alternatives? And that's a pathway that can lead to a much healthier, happier way for you to experience every day. Now, you can probably hear in my voice, the air is quite damp. And as I said at the start, there is a little bit more snow on the way. It'll be a few hours away, but I can see the clouds gathering. And in the meantime, if you feel inspired or moved to get in touch, you're always welcome. I love your feedback. It's a real treat to read your messages and comments. And in the meantime, allow me to wish you a wonderful day. I'll be back with you again very soon. Bye.